Hello and welcome. My name is Jaffer Apton, and in this tutorial I'll show how to import a satellite image, a terrain, and apply OSM data on the terrain using Maproom in 3ds Max. The previous attempt was just a simple OSM data with no terrain. In this case, in this tutorial, I'm gonna be using a different location. I'm gonna start by adding just a satellite, and then we go to Maproom. We need a location, a new location. Insert a location. Already have one in mind. It's in Walk. This is a little more hilly area, just so we can get a better image of the image of the terrain. So we just paste the address that we got from Google Maps and OK. Update the scene. Go to terrain and change the size of the map. We just go with something about 10 by 10, something small. Update resolution, and we update the map image. So this is OSM map, and this is what we got from the previous attempts. Just to show the attempt, like to show the difference between a simple OSM map and a map, for example, like Bing. So if we select Bing, it won't work, and when we update it, what we need to do is actually we need to get an API key and insert it into the setting, map API keys and Bing. You can get a key just by simply going to Bing's map portal and make an account and sign in. When you sign in, go under account, my keys, and you'll be able to make a new key, create a key here, and after clicking and creating a new key, you would have this, and you can click on show keys and you can copy and paste them. So I already have a key. I'm just going to apply that quickly. Just paste it, and that's it. So now we have the key. So we just go back to the scene. We'll go back to terrain, and we have Bing. So if I click update now, it won't work because it needs to be reselected. So just click on something else and click Bing again. You see how it's highlighted? That means now we can be updated. And then we hit update map, and that's the result that we get. And we want something with higher rates. So we can either change the number here, the pixels numbers, and hit update map scene. And then we can see the difference in the resolution. So much clearer now. It just depends to how high you want the quality of your image to be. The next step now is that we didn't do in the previous one was the terrain, which is now you have two options of Mapbox terrain or MapZen terrain. I tried the Mapbox to get an API, to be honest, but it wasn't really an easy step, so I just used the MapZen and it was just fine using MapZen. So now we have to give a zoom as well to the MapZen, so basically to affects the quality of the terrain. And then we can change the terrain mesh density. I'll place this on a high number, 38, for example, now. And then now we have to update the map scene. Now it will apply the terrain on the image. So I'm just going to check perspective and put them in now and look at it. You'll be able to see that the terrain has been applied. There we go. And that can obviously be, there we go, much clearer. All right. So that can be adjusted. So if we click on the surface and go to modify this displays, and we can change this here, but that won't be realistic, and we're just going to stick to what's real. Now if we go back here, we can change the mesh terrain mesh density, and it would give a higher quality of the mesh. It means more visible. You can see the difference. There we go. try and keep this in the highest thing that we have, which is 40. Now the next step is to add a new map layout. We're going to add an OSM data and have the OSM data applied on the terrain. So we click on OpenStreetMap, that's the OSM layer. We click on that. We have a size of 4x4. The terrain is 10. We're just going to go by, let's say 5 maybe, something small so it doesn't take too long to do for now. So I'm going to select the buildings and the highways, and the next step is just to click download and draw OSM data. This may take a little bit, it depends to how much of an area you are selecting. So as we can see, we can't really see the OSM data. If we turn off the terrain, it's on the plane. And what we need to do for that is, there we go. So what we need to do is we need to tell the OSM data to align to the terrain. So under OSM, here, instead of the ground plane, we change it to terrain 01, which is the layer of the previous of the terrain, and then align to shape. And now we see that the 2D geometry of the OSM data, it's applied on top of the terrain. The next step is to build a geometry, just simply selecting the OSM and apply sheet. And we just got to wait for the progress to complete, and we will have the 3D mass geometry from OSM data applied on the terrain following the slope of land. There we go. That depends to how much of the area you have selected to apply the masses. So we selected 5x5 just to keep it small, but as you can see now, the masses are actually following the slope of the terrain. Thank you for watching, and see you next time.